Eyewear Studios in the heart of Utica Square, Midtown Tulsa. We got a lot going on this weekend. I know like over half the country is under threat of a coming storm. It's cold outside,
Yes.
so just sit back if you can by the fire, enjoy some relaxing sounds, some music, and kick off your weekend with us right here on Hicks Brunson Eyewear Friday Morning Live. Thanks everybody for joining us on Instagram right now. Instagram is blowing up. It's good to see all of you guys over there, both here in the Oklahoma area and all around the world. We've got a lot of fun things coming up for today's show. Each one of us,
Yes.
myself, Ashley, Becky Joe, are all going to share kind of our three current personal favorite eyewear frames and also sunglasses frames. And maybe from our own personal collections, or maybe good morning on YouTube, Renee. Maybe from just a current style that we have here in the store that we really like right now that's new, that we want to share with you all. So that's what we're doing. We'll all each go individually. And I want to let everybody know we do have some exciting news coming up hopefully soon. We're going to be announcing a new eyewear collection, a great new independent designer that we're going to be welcoming into the Hicks Brunson Eyewear family. And we can't say anything yet, but we're working on something exciting, and we think that you all are going to love it. So let's dive in. We're going to talk. I'm going to start. So I'm going to do my favorite opticals first, just my favorite one. I'm going to start with like two of these are actually my own personal frames, and I'm going to do one minimal look, one bold look, and then one kind of exotic. This is my Goatee Precious Objects from the Precious Objects collection by Goatee, which Goatee is a Swiss eyewear brand, and their Precious Objects collection are Japanese titanium craftsmanship with either gold plating, or in the case of this color, it's palladium plating. So light and comfortable. The palladium plating on the titanium goes 5 microns deep, so you have this very durable, corrosion-resistant surface, and you have this little detail on the tip of the temple here, which is very reminiscent of 1930s vintage American-made eyewear. American Optical used that design a lot from their frames from the 1930s. I love this design for the comfort. I can wear it all day long. Sometimes I put it on at the end of a long day when I just need a comfortable pair of glasses to wear. And I just love the classic navigator shape. And I also love my Zeiss lenses in it. And my Zeiss Burgundy Photo Fusion lenses, I'll show you all. This may be the flashlight that we need to recharge the battery. No, maybe it's doing okay. I'm taking a little.
I think we need to recharge that one because it should have done it by now.
Yeah, maybe the battery is a little low. Live stream, folks. All right, so now I did okay. So this is my Zeiss Photo Fusion Burgundy. Love the burgundy color, such a warm color. If you haven't worn Burgundy yet by Zeiss, or Ruby by Transitions, you got to check it out. But this pair of glasses is so comfortable to wear indoors and outdoors for that reason. This is Goatee model P004 from the Precious Objects. They have 3 other shapes in Precious Objects that they have really something for everybody. My other optical favorite in my personal collection, this is the T. Henry Tycon. So good morning, Lee, on Instagram. We are staying warm. Thank you so much. From sunny California.
Nice.
This is my Tycon by T. Henry, and I love the Tycon, so I'm flipping completely from minimal titanium to maximal T. Henry thick Japanese acetate, sterling silver decor pieces, and very special detail work on the core wire paddle temple arm. What I love about this frame, good morning Malachi on YouTube, what I love about this frame, I love the paddle temple. It's really wide, and it's really wide all the way back. And so rather than have to fit around the back of the ear, just sort of hugs around the back of the head. And you'll see this on eyewear styles from the 1950s, 60s with some of the acetate frames if you look at old movies. Do you drive a Tycon while wearing the Tycon, says Brian on YouTube.
I wish we all did.
I wish, yeah. Yeah, let's all get
Yes.
Tycons. Actually,
Yes.
we're going to buy Tycon cars after we're done shooting the live stream.
That's what we're going to go do today. We're going to go to the car lot. And
next time we'll live stream from the Tycon as we're on the road.
So that's what I want to do.
Yeah, Tycon. Tycon, if I remember right, Porsche's first all-electric vehicle. Super nice car. Good morning, happy Friday, Frank on YouTube. Good morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I love the thickness. I love the sculpting, the polished finish, and the titanium core decor detail work on the T. Henry Ticon. And this is only 199 of these pieces made. We still have it in stock in this color, also in the brown color. My last optical frame I'm going to share is more exotic. So this is a Luca de Stahl. It's a bold. It is made in France, and those of you familiar with this brand, made of real leather. B01. What is the model of this one? I thought there was a name for it, but
it's just bold.
It's just bold.
It's
okay,
just
bold
yeah.
is a model.
Bold is the collection.
Bold is the style of look, and also just what they happen to call this. So this is real leather, which is stunning, guys. Luca de Stahl, handmade in Paris, real cow leather, and this is got a special finish, a special embossed croc. They call croco embossed cow leather. So almost looks like crocodile skin, but it is cow leather. Super light and comfy. It has a metal core, and just an awesome exotic look. If you want something different that probably nobody's ever seen before, you got to check out the Luca de Stahl eyewear collection. You can check those out at hicksbrunson.com, and you can check out other videos we've made on our YouTube channel about the collection. These frames are available to order in lots of different colors, so you've got lots of options for them. All right, I'm going to jump over to my sunglass options. Let me start with everybody's favorite series from Masunaga, the Taka and the Misago. This is the Misago in black and gold with a kind of signature Masunaga gray-blue lens. And this is just a stellar look. If you want that classic aviator, or excuse me, it's more navigator shape design, but if you want something that's a little bit different with Japanese craftsmanship, you've got the triple bridge bar, you've got that nice polished gold rim, and then that matte black outer rim with that detail around the eye wire and along the temple arm here. You can't get much more comfortable than this for a sunglass. If you need a size that just covers a little bit more, you want to check out the Misago. I think Becky Joe's going to share one of the
smaller pieces.
Smaller, sort of similar versions to this among her picks, but this is the Misago, some great colors and great details. Part of the Kinzo Takata K3 collaboration from Masunaga. All right, now I'm going to jump over to our friends at Leisure Society. This is the Equince. Hello, Sean from Ireland on YouTube. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. This is the Equince from Leisure Society, which I believe is an Italian town, Equince, I believe. I'm remembering that right. This is polished black, rose gold, titanium top trim piece, and then inlay of sort of a tortoiseshell color. Adjustable nose pads, little star head screws on the front here that act as the hinge rivets. And notice they did a light tint. So this is actually more of an indoor tint than an outdoor tint. But if you want to buy these to wear just like this and you don't need to add prescription, which do you think is a better photochromic lens, Zeiss or Transitions? We got a question on YouTube from Dreads40202. Which do we think is a better photochromic lens, Zeiss or Transitions? That's a good question.
It does kind of depend on what you want, because you can't get both from both. If you want to be able to wear your Transition behind the windshield of your car and still have a satisfactory darkness, you're going to need to go with Transitions. If you want,
you'll want Transitions extra active, more specifically.
To be able to do that.
The extra active technology by Transition. Good morning on YouTube. The extra active Transition is the only technology of its kind that is able to darken behind the windshield of a car. And I'd say it gets about this dark, possibly darker.
Yeah, and it just kind of depends on the windshield, the age of the vehicle. It's somewhere between 40 to 60% of its potential darkness behind the windshield of the car.
Nobody has anything like that.
Nobody else does
not
it.
Zeiss, not anybody else that makes any kind of photochromic. So that's a big plus for Transitions.
But if you want like a more realistic blue, then you're going to want to go with Zeiss.
A vibrant blue.
A vibrant blue.
Very vibrant blue, looks like blue, shows up as blue. So yeah, so some colors, some options that Zeiss has that Transitions doesn't have. So both have good features.
They both have good features, and it just kind of depends on really what you're wanting, and their color ranges are just slightly different. And we can also touch base with you on via email and send you some images of both side by side color wise, so that you kind of have a visual of what those colors look like differences.
Yes, so just let us know what your goals are. What are your desires? What are you wanting to do? And that's probably what lens is best for you. So speaking of photochromics, you like how I segued there?
Yes.
All right, this lens, if you want to buy this frame just as is, if you need prescription, of course we've got you covered. We can make your prescription. But if you don't need to add your prescription, the Equince in this colorway by Leisure Society starts out as that kind of indoor sort of beigey rose tone. You take it outdoors and you get this gray. It grays up. It kind of darkens up to this nice outdoor gray. So it comes that way. It comes as a photochromic. And did they put, what did they do?
It's
Oh,
like
they put a backside anti-reflective coating, which is important because you don't want any glare reflecting off the back of the lens and disturbing you and distracting you and so forth. So this is Leisure Society Equince. Equince. It's really fun to say. And it's in the black torque color. All right, and my final sunglass is back to Luca Di Stahl. I wanted something exotic in the look, and this is a phenomenal color, and it is model Z065. I can't remember from what collection it comes from, but this is black croc embossed leather with a red leather interior. I mean, are you driving around out there some nice, like, sexy little sports car with red leather interior? You might need the Luca Di Stahl black croc embossed sunglasses with red leather interior to go with it, because look how good it looks. Look at that tint. That's a gray, sort of a gray yellowy double gradient. So good looking. Love the shape, love the size. 53 eye, 19 bridge. I just like the angles of this. It's a really good sunglass shape, but you add to it that it's made of real cow leather, croc embossed with the red interior, and you get something like nobody else has ever seen before. Really, really beautiful. These are my top picks for my favorite opticals and my favorite suns. Becky Joe,
Yep.
What do you got for us?
So Daniel showed the Masago. I'm going to start off with probably one of my favorite from Masunaga when it comes to needing a little bit smaller fit. This is the Clematis. The Clematis is done in a brushed gold with a brown triple bar. So you have the outer rim is in brown. The inner rim is in that brushed gold. This fits my face pretty well. I really like this. I think you are going to see this on my face more often. It's going to have an indoor tint with it. It's going to have a transition. I just haven't picked the color yet. This is going to end up in my personal collection before very long. I really like the fit of this frame. If you want that look, but you need a smaller size, this is a perfect way to go. I believe it's a 52 eye because I can't read the really small print that's on it, because it's super, super tiny engraved onto the temple, but we will figure that out for you. But this is one of the probably the most well-balanced. You'll see that my eye is very centered in this lens. One of the reasons why I gravitate more towards a nose pad fit is because I want a really good centering, because my bridge fit is a little different than most people. I really appreciate that, and I do navigate a lot of my clients towards that style when they come in, if they're really undecided, just for them to try it on and get it on the face and see. One that I really appreciate for women, this is the Boca Sydney 2. It is a 5120. This is a metal outer rim. It does have this really shiny, pretty, like rose gold hinge and bridge. It does have nose pads. It's got this beautiful acetate sleeve, and you'll notice at the very end, it's got little booties. Yep, they went and did it. They put little shoes on the end because this used to be the leg of the frame. You can't have a foot if you don't without a leg. So that's kind of where that's from. But one thing about this particular frame, it does have a nice angular uplift, so it elongates the face, makes us look more youthful. But I like how this kind of arches at the brow. So if you're looking for something similar to a cat eye without it coming up to a sharp point, this frame is going to check a lot of those boxes. So in that, you get that angular uplift without it coming to a sharp point because they've knocked that off. But you get that high brow arch. So it's super good for women that want a cat eye without the point.
Lee asked on Instagram the sizes of the Clematis. It's a 51 eye,
51.
17 bridge.
I was pretty close guessing a 52.
Yeah, so if you want to see, that's what it looks, a little bit smaller on my face, but good little navigator shape. So.
And last but not least, in my opticals, I also have a Luca de Stael. This is the Minotaur collection. This is Reg 16 Bridge A. So they have an A and a B bridge size. So if you're able to shop local with us, the A is smaller than the B. This, however, has a stone inlay all the way across the front. I did say stone. So this is like a granite inlay that is done on top of the leather. It still keeps it nice and thin, very lightweight. And this frame is super cool. Have you ever had a stone frame? This is definitely a piece that I think belongs in your collection. They do stone inlays on a lot of different shapes. So if this is something that's kind of piquing your curiosity, we can see what other shapes that comes in if this is not the shape for you. But I really like the play of color. They've done like this really rich honey brown down the temples. But the stone inlays were something that I found really, really fascinating when we first brought the Luca de Stael collection in, because it's not something that you see anywhere else. And I'm going to dive right in with a goatee piece into my sons. Now, I looked for the eye size on this because most of them have it on the front, but this particular rimless, it did not. This is S07. This is a drill rimless. Now, with this particular frame, one of the reasons why I like it is because it is kind of aviator-ish. It is softer at the bottom, flat across the top. You get this double bar. But with this guy right here, we can do anything you want with it. We can throw a tint in here, pair it with a transition. The only thing that we cannot do is make this guy polarized. We tried polarization film inside this, does not work well with the type of connectors that this needs to function as a polarized sunglass. But I will tell you, if you want something that is super lightweight, you barely feel this frame in your face, we can make this anything you want it to be. And because of that, I think it is essential to show this, because you are not tied into a color for your metal. You can do gold, silver, shiny silver, you can do black. You are not tied into a color, because we can make it whatever color you want it to be. This is the ultimate customizable sun lens for you. So if you've seen a picture of something and you're like, man, I want to recreate that, we can totally recreate that for you in a piece like this. This temple is super, super comfortable to wear, and you're coordinating colors for your temple tip covers, your nose pads, and your connectors. There's 15 different colors that you can choose from. So you can really mix and match and make this something of your own. Now, today wouldn't be complete if we did not show some T. Henry pieces. Now, this piece kind of has some spice to it, in my opinion, because I have seen both men and women put this on. This is called the Squadra. And I think for women, it gives us a little bit of spice back. The Squadra is super fun as a sun lens. We can do this as an optical with a tint. We can leave it as a full sun all of the time. The narrowness of this lens isn't an issue. I wish there was right now just a little teeny bit more light where you could clearly see where my eye is. My eye is almost dead center in the middle of this lens. There's plenty of room to be able to get a progressive lens in here and it work very, very well. So this lens isn't too narrow for that to work. This has got some edge to it. It's got some nice angular uplifts. It's not super tall, and it would fit a petite face. It would fit a wider face. This has just got some edge that a lot of frames may be too big or maybe too small. It doesn't have enough of this or that. This has got it all in spades all the way around the block. I absolutely love this frame. And my last pick is a brand new one by T. Henry. And it's kind of oversized for me because it is a 57i, but I totally think you could totally do this. So this is Shadow. This is an oversized sun. It is kind of a navigator because it's not rounded at the bottom. It's flat on the top, flat on the sides. This guy right here with this acetate inlay, Love those frames for, yes.
Our narrow frames becoming popular again. We're starting to see them trend a little bit.
Them trend back in. Right now we do have a lot of oversized frames, but narrower like this. I believe the B on this, which is the height, I want to say it's like 38.
I have a ruler.
You have a ruler.
Yeah.
See, we have a ruler.
All right, what is it? It's actually only 34.
34, okay, I was guessing.
Yeah, so this is a much narrower B, what we call the B measurement, which is the vertical measurement from top to bottom. So sizes back in the late 90s, early 2000s, everything was very narrow, actually narrower than this. And then they got much bigger this direction sometime around 2009, 10, everything got bigger. And now things have kind of come back, I think, to the mean a little bit maybe.
Yeah.
But we have started to see some narrower sizes like this come back in. So I don't know if we're going to go full on where we were then, but we're definitely starting to see the influence of that like late 90s, early 2000s size come back.
Yeah, a little bit more ovals, a little bit more boxier kind of geometric shapes. With this particular one in the shadow, to show some details off on this guy. So you have an inner acetate rim, you have titanium all the way around there. I love the line work and the detail that T. Henry puts into their frames. You have beta titanium nose pad arms, which allow these nose pads to have a really good, comfortable fit. You have titanium with an inlay blue all the way down. And then you have a blue acetate temple tip that is a paddle style. You have micro grip dot technology on the end of the temple tip, which gives you some extra grip at the back so that it doesn't have to be super, super snug against the back of your head, because this is going to give a little teeny bit of grip on the side of your head. And they did build in just a little teeny baby mini side shield just to help with some of that extra light that comes in from the side. This guy right here is absolutely stellar. If you need a little bit bigger fit or you want to do an oversized with purpose, this guy is totally going to rock all the boxes. So those were my picks.
All right, good picks, Becky Joe. So, all right, Ashley's up next and going to show us her 3 favorite optical and sunglass frames.
We have a lot of similar tastes, I can already tell you. So right here, what I've actually got an Anna Karen Carlson on. This is Vegas Syndrome. So I chose this first of all because we did our honeymoon in Vegas, and there's a lot of key details on here that just kind of evoke nice memories of that. It's sort of modeled after like a 1970s, like when Vegas was hot and popping. You know, you might be going to play some blackjack, maybe get in a little trouble. No one has to know. They actually have on the temple here little, like, it's like the card symbols. So yeah, you're getting your hearts, your spades, all the fun stuff, if you can, see that very well. And it also has some really wonderful coining on the side just to sort of elevate this design here in 24 karat gold.
For Instagram too, there we go.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
little nice etching on there for the details, but this is just something really fun to wear, nice and casual. Like I said, throwback to the 70s, which I like a lot. And yeah, Vegas Syndrome. Hopefully I get to go there soon again and maybe take these with me. For my next one, so I'm just gonna say we all kind of picked the Kenzo Takata collection. I also picked a Clematis. We did this independently, so this is just kind of a coincidence. And a couple of my favorite little points on here that may have gotten glossed over is it actually has. I really like the coining, the etching on it. If you see, and it's so small on here, but these are actually very tiny hearts and very tiny sakura florets, which is then, they made another little analogy to, if you can see it up close, but it's got that floret right at the end of the temple, which just really elevates this design. Kenzo Takata, we know, was a Japanese designer, but he spent a lot of his design life in Paris. So you're really getting kind of the best of both worlds between Western and Eastern design principles. And of course, yeah, just that double wire titanium is really nice. And I love the Taka as well. As Becky Jo is sort of explaining, that one's kind of made for wider faces. This is a little bit scaled down a little bit. So if you don't have a super wide, you can still get into it. And I just love this look. It's fabulous. So on to the next one.
And Barry Wayne on Instagram commented, I just got my Squadra glasses in the green colorway. They are gorgeous. Yeah.
Yes, they are absolutely
Love
fire,
those.
Barry.
Barry Wayne talking about the T. Henry Squadra in the green colorway. There's really nothing else like it.
There's
Yeah.
nothing
really
like
cool.
it. It is fantastic.
It's giving elevated Morpheus in like the most amazing way. Like it's coming back. So, and then the last of my opticals, you know, I love Fossifos. This is the Follow, and just because I really enjoy the colorways that they're doing, you can kind of see on here, it's just a really interesting interplay between there, and then they all kind of flow together seamlessly. So it's just a really beautiful design, a little bit colorful, but they're all kind of blending together to where you can still pull this off as an everyday. I say that about all the colorful ones, but because I would wear them every day. But yeah, just kind of elevating like any colors you might have in your hair and your eyes, and just sort of making those pop a little bit in a fun way. And then onto the suns, I am going to go, I really do like the Squadra, but I'm going to go the opposite direction and kind of go big or go home. So this is the Dino, and this is the Aura colorway. So I just thought this look was a lot of fun, really, really adventurous. And it's just a teardrop style aviator, really easy to wear. And this one is something that could be pulled off by kind of some wider faces as well. But yeah, I just like the way it dips down. You're getting that gold-plated titanium on the nose bar for just a little extra contrast. And then this one in particular, this one is 38 out of 199. So these are very limited colorways. Once they're gone, they're gone. But yeah, just really like this look, and the tints are fun.
The lens tint, Ashley, show that again. The lens tint on this, guys, is fire. Look at that amber gradient tint in the Aura color frame, which is a very amber color acetate with a nice polish. Like that lens tint to me makes it. Like it's so, like you can see your eyes just a little bit. It's dark though, so really like mysterious, cool, totally cool vibe. Absolutely.
Yeah, the vibes on this are insane.
Oh, the vibes are off the wall, yeah.
So speaking of vibes, this is kind of going in the opposite direction a little bit. This is for if you like a little flash, like a little sass, but this is actually a very durable and comfortable frame, completely different material. This is from the Goatee collection. This is the Aduna and in plum, and this is from a really comfortable 3D printed polyamide. The way they make these is really cool. I'm sure we've touched on it before, but basically like they have a big thing of the powder polyamide, and they're laser fusing each layer together until they sort of unearth it like a little fossil at the end. It just comes out as a complete item, and then a little bit porous on the nylon polyamide, and that's why they're able to get this really nice deep dark plum color that's really going deep on there. So just fun a bit, yeah, a little bit of fun, very durable, also super comfortable and lightweight. So Goatee is knocking it out of the park on those. And then for our last specimen over here, I have the Leisure Society, and this is the Emil. And this, I've got to get close for this because it's got the beautiful laser engraved etchings on there, and also that diamond facet cut on the top, 24 karat gold plated titanium on the temples. And this is really a throwback, so it's kind of, I'm going to say this wrong, it's inspired by the Belle Epoque, which was a period in France where they just had a lot of elevated design styles before the First World War. So, you know, lots of opulence, lots of leisure, just free time, elegance. So this is just something that's really going to elevate your look, and yeah, just a beautiful item to help your wardrobe out. So.
All right, good picks, everybody. Yeah, that last one by Leisure, the Emil, that's gorgeous.
Yeah,
so pretty.
Gorgeous.
I love my Leisure. They are so comfortable.
And I think most, if not all, those colors are sold out.
Yes.
But we still have this one, and I think we have another sister shape to that one.
It's more round.
More round, but
and it
also
has the little dragonflies etched
on the etching, and it's gorgeous as well. So check those out on our website at hicksbrunson.com, or give us a call if you have questions. And so what do we think about everybody's picks? Like, were there any overlap between some of our designs? I think we all, was there a brand?
We love the Kento Takata.
Oh yeah, was there a brand we all
and
three
the Squadra.
had? Was Masunaga?
Was the Masunaga.
Yeah. Oh,
yep.
got to.
And you and I both had.
Well, we all had a T. Henry.
We all had a T. Henry, and then you and I both had Luca de Stahl.
Yes. Okay.
And Ashley and I both had a Fossifos.
Yeah.
Okay. So Fossifos, Luca de Stahl, T. Henry, Masunaga, and Goatee are all big showers in our show today. So do we have any final thoughts on any of these pieces? Like I liked I think it's important to me to have, if you like a bold maximal look like this, I think it's important to also have a thin minimal look that you can also wear, not just because sometimes you're not in the mood to convey such boldness to your personality, but maybe because you just like the fit and feel. I mean, these are so well ergonomically designed, and the bridge fits are so sculpted that even something as substantial and more weighty as the Taycan is actually very comfortable to wear. But there's sometimes that I just feel like I want to put on something that is feather light. And honestly, I forget I have this one on. Rob on YouTube, good show, great variety of frames today. Thank you so much, Rob.
Thank you,
Appreciate you joining us. I just sometimes want to put on something that's feather light that I don't even feel. And honest to goodness, I have several times in the last month been wearing this one and forgot I was even wearing glasses on my face. I forget these are on my nose. They're just so lightweight. The comfort is probably the best among anything in my personal collection, I would say.
I mean, I think it's important that you have at least 2 pair. You should always have a backup, because if something were to happen to your frame, then you're going to be without good vision. But I think it's important that you have a variety. If you have that bold look, you have a neutral look. Or if you have a bold color, you have something really soft. And you can do that with having a heavy acetate and having a metal, or a mixed metal. I think it's important that you have that versatility, because like Daniel was saying, sometimes you want a softer version of yourself depending on your circumstances. And if your eyewear is your accessory, you need to have some fluidity in your accessory.
Yeah, and these are just little things they're tools. They help us see, they help us work on computer or reading or driving or whatever tools you need, but they're also a little extension of our personality and the fashion and style element of it. Express yourself however you want to. That's the great thing about glasses.
Oh, most
They're
assuredly.
so utilitarian, plus style, plus all these fun things. Make it your own, own it. I think that's all we've got for you guys today in this Friday Morning Live. Everybody out there, I hope you have a nice weekend. A lot of you under the storm watch, stay safe, take precautions, have a nice weekend, bundle up, it's cold out there, and we will see you all right here next week in the next Friday Morning Live. Thanks so much, everybody.